Hey, welcome to another edition of Ego on Break. Sitting here with my co-host of sorts, Mr. Madman Logan Creed.
Yep.
And we were just discussing, ta-da, October the 21st.
Hold it up there. There you go.
October 21st, we are doing a fundraiser for Puerto Rico. We've done a lot of charity events, but never one for a whole island. So,
Well, we never had a whole island damn near get blown away
I
by a
guess
hurricane.
So there's if you go to our Facebook page and any of our wrestlers, there's a link floating around to a GoFundMe. If you'd like to donate to help raise funds for Puerto Rico, do so. But got that out of the way. That's going to be October 21st. So just help spread the word. Also, November the 11th, we've got the 6th Annual Great Southern Eight at the Hideaway. Both events are at the Hideaway, October 21st, November the 11th.
Downtown Jackson off I-55.
Yep, right behind CVS. So
There you go.
that's kind of where we're at, and just go ahead and get those plugs out of the way. But there's been a lot of talk about just throughout the years of just the different types of wrestlers. You've got your small wrestlers, your big wrestlers, your muscled wrestlers, your fat wrestlers, your middleweights and welterweights and cruiserweights and light heavyweights and super heavyweights and the Haas division and super heavyweights. Just so many things. So let's talk about just different styles of wrestling. Let's talk about let's just say the jacked and the not so jacked. In a way, your super heavyweights and your, I guess, your powerlifting bodybuilder type wrestlers. So just right off the top of your head, I mean, obviously the biggest difference is muscles. One's got them, and not saying that fat guys don't have muscles. That's not what I'm saying. Let's just say one shows and one doesn't. How about that?
They used to push fat guys like they were strong.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of like you're fat.
Yeah, right.
But they're also pushing the hell out of Kevin Owens right now, and he's fat, brother.
Yeah, he's fat, but he's not fat compared to like Bastion Booger or Yokozuna or Viscera. I guess not.
Yeah, he got a gut on him, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still not that
No.
gargantuous man.
No. I think that he's probably the biggest one they got there as far as the fat guy goes. Right
Yeah,
now.
I'd say so. I don't get to watch it as much as I'd like, but off the top of my head, I can't think of any that's just bigger. Who's your favorite fat guy?
Right now, him.
Really?
Through the years, though, I got a couple. Like, I love Gang, One Man Gang, Kamala.
Yep.
Yokozuna was like one of my favorites, and that's something.
I'm a huge Yoko fan.
He was literally morbidly obese. I mean, they considered him morbidly obese.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, in the end, that's pretty much what killed him, right?
Well, no, they said, like, he got on, like, a diet, and he lost, like, a massive amount of weight, and all of a sudden, like, it put a shock to his body, and that's what killed him. Like, he had a heart attack.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you can't lose a buttload of weight all at one time. Your body's like, what the hell's going on?
I don't know how to react to it. Yeah, man, I mean...
Viscera, I met him several times.
Viscera, I mean, I'm Bastion Booger guy. Bam Bam was a big guy.
Tell you the biggest one man you ever met.
Who's
Used
that?
to hit himself in the head with a stick.
Hollywood Hank?
That's it. And he passed away because of his weight.
Yeah.
But
I don't necessarily compare Hollywood Hank.
I'm just saying, but he was entertaining for his own, his own kind of wrestling.
Right. Around on this level, I mean, the Indies, there's a couple of super heavyweights. There's Barrington Hughes,
like John Hillbilly.
Yeah, John Hillbilly.
What's the other guy? The one
Easy Rotten.
Yeah,
is a big guy.
Big old fella.
Our very own Shaky McMullen.
Yeah.
Hey, Shaky. Who else? Man, I know there's a couple guys that are big. Like TNA has the, I call him Mini Yoko. I can't remember. Falabala.
Yeah.
He's a big kid,
And, what's their version of Kamala? I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, but he paints his face like Kamala, the black guy.
I know his name.
You know what I'm talking about.
His name is, I know his shoot name. I can't remember his work name. Sure, I hate to get people shoot names.
I know, me too.
But yeah, that guy.
Yeah, him. Splashes everybody off top rope.
Right.
Dick Justice.
And
Justice is freaky. He's athletic as hell.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's doing luge arm drags off the second rope.
Blows my mind. I watched him and Chuck. Wasn't Chuck? It was Colt Cabana. And it was one of the most technical matches I've seen. It was comedy, but it was technical. So it was great.
Yeah. But yeah, there's several big guys out there right now, kind of like that. It started out the bigger guys like Haas division, and now it's gone to like super heavyweight division.
What
like
the hell's the Haas division?
Just your bigger dude, like a Logan Creed, a Odison. Those kind of would be kind of that Haas division. You know, you're just that. I'm not gonna say a gigantic guy, but just that, you know, bigger than what the typical independent wrestler is these days. You know, if you're over 6 foot and over 250 pounds, you pretty much qualify.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, there's a lot of guys out there, and there's some movers, man. Like some guys that are really doing some creative stuff.
He said Samoa Joe. That's what I was trying to think
Yeah,
of.
Samoa Joe. Well, yeah, he's another big guy.
He's definitely a fat guy. I mean,
for sure.
He's Samoan, so he's going to be fat. But,
what about your super jacked guys? I mean, like through time, I mean, you've got, you know, Hercules comes to mind, Warrior, Barbarian, Warlord.
those the faces of fear.
You know, Luger.
What would you put in Mean? Because Mean wasn't exactly muscle bound, but he wasn't exactly fat neither. You know, he was kind of in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, he's just that way.
They said he was
guy,
one of the baddest
you know?
SOBs ever walked the planet.
Yeah. So
I've heard a lot of stories about him.
Yeah. You know, Kerry Von Erich was another jacked up guy.
I mean, think about Andre. At one point, he was a lot of muscle, and then toward the end, he was a lot of fat.
Yeah,
So,
Andre's definitely a Haas division.
yeah, of course.
He's the super Haas.
And Big Show's been both too.
Yeah.
Right now, he's jacked as I've ever seen.
He's crazy jacked. So, like, he's now is probably what they wanted 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, because they kept trying to see him get his weight under control, get in shape, and he had that mentality of, you know, a giant doesn't need to be muscular, and he doesn't, but at the same time, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
You know.
Look at Braun Strowman. That's a scary looking son.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw him coming to me. I'm running the other damn way.
So,
But you gotta admit, to work a guy like Braun Strowman, somebody my size or your size, that's gonna be the easiest job of the night.
oh yeah, you bump.
Yeah, bum. I'm gonna punch you a couple of times.
Who's
You know,
some really
that's
jacked guys around, you know, on our level? Like, we just had Joseph Magoo, he's super jacked. Orion Taylor's jacked. Odison is jacked.
Otis is huge.
What's
What's the guy he's tagging with up at FIP? He's bigger than Odinson.
Is he? I don't know.
Yeah,
Sure.
man, he is freaking huge.
So, yeah, man, there's some big guys out there, you know. And listen, not all these guys that we named are, like, height-wise big guys, but they're muscular guys, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we're leaving off a ton. Cameron Cade's another guy that he's super in shape.
Well, yeah, hell, you had Elgin, and Elgin's kind of a mix too.
Elgin, I'd say he's a mix. He's not a fat guy,
Yeah.
but he's not a ripped up guy.
No.
Like he's like that power lifter. He's a Scott Norton. You know
He
what I
reminds
mean?
me of Taz. Back when Taz was doing
Yeah,
the MMA,
but taller.
Taz. Yeah, well, no, I wouldn't say by much though, because
Really?
Elgin really's not that tall. He was kind of short compared to what I thought he was going to do when I saw him in
They always look
person.
bigger on TV.
Yeah. Well, they film you from
Yeah.
underneath. That's how you
That's
do
all
the
the
trick.
tricks.
Yeah.
So, if you had to put together, let's say you're building a 3-man team.
Fat guys or
Yeah, let's start with fat guys, and you had to pick it like a. Let's not do like all WWL, even though that's kind of what we know.
no, I know several.
So let's pick just a mixture. Like, let's say a old and new.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's do 2 teams. I can do it better that way.
All right.
I'm going to give you super heavyweight first.
All right.
Akebono,
Okay. Does it
Big
count?
Show. Yeah, because he's a wrestler. He wrestles in Japan.
Yeah.
Akebono, Big Show, and maybe one more giant. Giant Hillbilly. There you go.
All right, I'm gonna go with Bam Bam Bigelow, Bastion Booger, and let's see, Barrington Hughes, and we can call them 3 Bs,
Alright.
Triple B.
I got a mixture on this one. Dick Justice, Dusty Rhodes,
Okay,
and Big Van Vader.
not bad, not bad. I'm gonna go with.
Can you see Vader being pissed off in the middle of them two?
Let's go with Falabala. Let's go with Yoko, and let's go with Umaga.
I loved Umaga, man. I hated he passed. That was one of my favorite big guy wrestlers.
Rosie is
Yeah,
another guy.
Rosie was
superhero
great.
in training.
Yeah, S-H-I-T.
Yeah. Old Rosie. So, all right, what about your super jacked guys?
Super jacked. That's okay. I can do that. Warrior, Ryback. Man, I don't want to go. Hercules.
I'm gonna go with Sid Vicious.
Yes.
Trying to think. Lex Luger. I've said Lex Luger. Let's go with Sid Vicious. Let's go with. Man, I went blank. I hate that.
I'll tell you.
Let's go with Galen Summers.
And
so that's two big, tall guys. And let's go with Kevin Northcutt.
Okay.
So like they're all over 6 foot something, all super jacked up guys.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do one more.
Or at least Northcutt wasn't his prime. I've seen pictures where he wasn't super jacked up, but everybody had to start somewhere,
I would pick Sting when he first come in, when he
Okay,
was swole up out of his brain, didn't
Yeah.
like he could turn his neck.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar. And The Rock right now,
Yeah.
as he is. That dude is freaking, he don't like he can hardly move.
All right, let's go with Ron Simmons, because Ron was jacked. Trying to think. And I see some heads, but I can't put names to them in my head. There was a guy in Global Force Wrestling, and you may remember who he was. Not Global Force. Sorry. The Global Wrestling Federation, the Texas one, back after kind of like the Von Erickson stuff.
Okay.
Putsky. He was a
Putsky?
no, Scott Putsky.
Scott
Putsky. Ron Simmons, and let's go with P.D. Williams.
Wow.
Little Papa Pump.
Yeah, neither one knows such Steiner. Boy, that is really weird. I didn't think about that. Scott was definitely huge.
Oh, Scott, still huge, even at 60 years old or whatever.
Dropping people on their heads still.
So yeah, super crazy, man. Like, all right, let's go with just like your tanks, like you were talking about, like a Taz or a Michael Elgin or whatever, like guys that are not fat guys or not
in between, kind of like Samoa Joe and them.
Yeah, just that like solid rock. You know what I mean? You run to a brick wall, as they say.
I'd say I'd put Owens like that.
Yeah,
that's where I'd put him. I don't really put him as a fat guy, but he's fat.
Right.
So.
Right. All right, you go ahead with yours.
I think. Damn, I'm trying to think of his real name. But he wrestles under the mask and Lucha, but he also wrestles as himself. Jeff Cobb. I'd pick him.
All
right. I'd say John Davis because he's not exactly chiseled, but he's big.
Right.
And one more. I'll say Elgin.
Okay.
I wouldn't want around in that three-way group.
No. I'm gonna go with Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Arn Anderson. And Scott Flash Norton.
I like Scott Norton.
So, they're definitely that just, they're not the smallest guy. They're not the most built, but they're not, you wouldn't look at him and go, oh, look at that big fat guy, even though Anvil had gut. He was still a powerhouse,
I'm doing a fat one.
All right.
All right. PN News.
Yo, baby, yo.
Earthquake.
I can't go wrong with Earthquake.
And now I don't want Typhoon. I want the one that fell through the wall. Shockmaster.
Do you want Shockmaster that fell through the wall, or you want what Shockmaster became as he was an electrician?
Huh?
You don't remember they came and he had like the hard hat on, he had like the flannel shirt with with suspenders, he had like the work belt on, like he was a construction guy.
I think I erased that out of my brain. No, I want the one that fell through the wall.
All right, I'm gonna go with Big Josh.
Oh God, I don't know.
Big Josh, not Doink, but Big Josh.
He had the damn axe handle. They said he hurt people with that damn thing.
Oh, I'm sure. Let's go with Big Josh. Let's go with Ice Train.
Oh my God, yeah.
And let's go with. Those are too obscure. I need one more obscure guy.
Let me try to find it.
Let's go with Sergeant Craig Pittman.
Wow, Craig the Pitbull Pittman.
That's my 3 guys. Awesome.
I always thought he's supposed to be like their version of Sergeant Slaughter.
I think so.
That was a very bad version.
Yeah.
And he wasn't a bad wrestler. He just wasn't, Slaughter.
Yeah.
Where would you put Slaughter?
Same thing. He'd be that
same
guy.
Line?
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't a powerhouse, but he wasn't. Depending on what version of Iron Sheik you got, I mean, I would put him
That's
there.
True. Yeah.
I mean, because like AWA Iron Sheik was like, don't mess with this guy. Like Brian Cage.
When he had that when he was doing the little.
Yeah, but then older years he got the gut and stuff.
Yeah.
So, what about cruiserweights? Cruiserweights, like your,
And see, I think that kills him. I think when you mark somebody as a cruiserweight, like it X's them out.
Oh, I agree.
I swear I do. 3-way team, that's easy. Let's see. I'm gonna go with Shane Helms. I want Sugar Shane
I was thinking
Helms.
3 count.
I don't want 3 count.
3 count.
Psychosis.
Okay.
And Blitzkrieg. Remember him?
Blitzkrieg? Heck yeah. All right, I'm going to go with Jamie Noble. I'm going to go with Corey Hollis. And I'm going to go with... trying to think one more kind of southern guy. Oh, man. Let's go with... I don't know. Let's go with Ray Fury in there. I mean, he's not a... No, take that back. Let's go John Saxon. John Saxon, Corey Hollis, Jamie Noble. That's a 3-man group. Sweet. I like it. I dig it.
That's what I said. I didn't want somebody was going to name. Everybody going to say Rey Mysterio or something like that. Or they might say the Hurricane, but most people don't remember him as Sugar Shane Helms.
Right.
That was my favorite version.
Vertebraker.
I remember when they told him he couldn't do his move on TV. He's like, what the hell am I going to do?
That's
screwed.
my gimmick.
He's like, that's my whole gimmick. My song's the Vertebraker. Everything I do is based around this.
Yeah, absolutely. That's crazy to take stuff like that away. All right, is there a different... I mean, you've got your smaller guys. All right, what about let's do a mixture. If you're putting together, like, you need a big guy, you need a power guy, a little mixture of each guy to complement the next.
So muscle, average, and then fat?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
That works.
It's more or less of what we're doing.
Yeah.
Muscle, I would probably pick... I'm going to go with Scott Steiner.
Okay.
Average, I would actually go with Jeremiah, the Nightmare.
Okay.
And fat guy. Anytime, or are we sticking?
Yeah, no, anytime. I mean, it's all kind of fantasy putting it together.
I might pick Easy Rotten. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Different.
Think about all the promos you'd have to be bleeping out there between him and Scott Steiner.
Yeah, let's just get them a manager, please. Give them Mr. Fuji. All right, let's see. I'm going Brian Cage from our muscle.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Brian Cage. Let's go with... I'm gonna go with Ricochet. Just kind of I know he's not the like your average guy, but he's a different style.
Yeah.
All right, and then let's go with... All right, remember the Headhunters, the 2 guys from Puerto Rico?
Yes.
Let's go with...
They could barely walk, but they could do a moonsault.
Yeah, let's go with... No, let's not go with them. Let's go Brian Cage, Ricochet.
Bill was a butcher, right?
It's not bad. Let's go with Abby. Yeah. I don't know how any of that goes together, but let's go with Abby.
None of mine went together at all.
Let's go with Abby.
2 of mine cussed a lot. Besides that,
I mean, when you got back boobs, I mean, you can't be left out of the fat man.
And a fork. And you can put a quarter in his head.
Yeah. Dusty. Yeah. You said Dusty.
I said Dusty earlier. I got him and Dick Justice and Vader.
So yeah, let us know your group. Just comment down below. Just tell us what 3 guys you would put together. Just give us 3 different weight classes, I guess you'd say.
It'd be fun to do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little different. So,
if you just did a random team sometime. Remember when they used to do it in WCW? They would do the luck of the draw type thing.
yeah, the Battle Bowl. Yeah, let us know just some guys that's out there maybe that we haven't mentioned or we never heard of. So just put together your 3-man group. And just remember, October 21st, we do the Unite for Puerto Rico event at the Hideaway. And then November the 11th, we got the 6th Annual Great Southern 8. Y'all ain't laughing headlocks coming up? No headlocks coming up. No 10 questions to do. So
the main event is Lucha LaCour versus Ray Fury.
Lucha LaCour, Ray Fury. They've battled a few times before. These guys have I mean, they fought each other in 3 or 4 different states now. So they've definitely got a history, but at the end of the day, I think they're both Puerto Rican descent. So it's going to be a great main event. Both high flyers, but both that can stand up and brawl too, or slug it out.
And you also got this.
And then absolutely the debut of the Squared Circle Survival match. It's actually a Rumble. It's kind of like the Royal Rumble. Obviously can't call it the Royal Rumble. So the winner will get we'll get the Survivor Stipulation Medallion. And what that will do is just give them the right to change any stipulation of a match. They can insert themselves in a title match. They can make a match for a title. If they don't want to fight you, they can, hey, I want a dance off. They can have a dance off. Like it's kind of putting the, put the power in their hands. So if they want to use it as a Money in the Bank type thing, they can. If they want to have you say, hey, you never can fight me again, or you have to wrestle with one hand tied behind your back, or blindfolded, or whatever. So it just gives them the right to change the stipulation of a match. So it's kind of unique. It's going to be our version of the Royal Rumble. It's Squared Circle Survival. And
I think I might put my boots on. I'm kind of interested in that.
Hey, you never know. So you may get to see the Madman come back out, and who knows which version of him you'll get. It's about 19 of them. So show up October 21st to find out. Later, guys.